What is going on, Trash Talkers? We're back with another episode for you. Today's video, we're going to give you our Week 12 power rankings for the NFL. All that and much more coming your way right now! Hey Trash Talkers, over 85% of you are still not subscribed to the channel. Please be sure to hit that red subscribe button and turn on notifications, as it will help us create more daily content for you. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Happy Thanksgiving week, Nick, and we are here, week 12 in the NFL. A lot to get to with these power rankings, and I want to start off with obviously the lowest of the low. We always do. 32-31, we see the Lions and the Jets here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what we saw this weekend from these two teams?
Yeah, things are changing a little bit. Instead of the Lions and the Texans, we got the Lions and the Jets. And, well, everybody probably saw this coming because the Lions still don't have a win. Shocker, I know. And the Jets, well, they keep on losing. Doesn't matter the quarterback, they're guaranteed to lose. So the Houston Texans got to win, put them a little bit higher than the Jets this week. And the Jets find themselves as one of the worst two teams in the NFL. It's like old times. It just feels right.
All right, taking a look at teams 30 through 21, we start off with the Jacksonville Jaguars at 30, the Atlanta Falcons, the Chicago Bears, the Seattle Seahawks, the Houston Texans, the New York Giants, the Denver Broncos, the Miami Dolphins, the New Orleans Saints, and the Las Vegas Raiders are out of the top 20. Nick, out of these teams, which one is the biggest surprise for you this week?
Yeah, right now I'm really liking the Miami Dolphins. It seems like the Miami Dolphins have come out of nowhere, but I mean, have they? Because when Tua Tagovailoa is the starting quarterback, plays the entire game, he has yet to lose this season. So is it just that Tua's back, fully healthy and ready to go, and that's the difference maker? I think it's a mix of that, plus the Miami Dolphins defense is playing much better, and they look like themselves. I believe that they're still a dark horse to make the playoffs. Don't count them out just yet.
I mean, it could also be the fact that they played the New York Jets, so don't take it too crazy, but I think that the Dolphins are a much better team than the New York Jets are. Who isn't, right? All right, well, for my team, I'm actually going to focus on the New Orleans Saints. I think that the New Orleans Saints are just reeling right now with all of the injuries, with all of the players that have gone down. No Jameis Winston, no Michael Thomas, no Alvin Kamara. This team is just in shambles, and now they're losing players left and right during the game. It's not looking good, and why not? You have no money, might as well pay more for Taysom Hill, looking at a $40 to $96 million contract, the first one in history that is position dependent. I've never heard of this before. His contract is position dependent based on whether he plays as a utility player. It's up to $40 million. If he plays as a quarterback, it's up to $96 million. So who the hell knows what he's getting paid? They probably don't even know. The New Orleans Saints are in shambles. Their front office has no idea what they're doing. This team is just absolutely atrocious, and right now they are just falling every single week. I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans take them over pretty soon. Next up, we have teams 20 through 11. We start off with the Washington football team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Carolina Panthers, the San Francisco 49ers, the Cleveland Browns, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Buffalo Bills for the first time this season are outside of the top 10. Nick, out of these teams, which one surprises you the most?
Yeah, right now, the Carolina Panthers are a very intriguing team. They look like they have what it takes to be a playoff contender, but I don't know what Cam Newton I'm getting, because at first I thought Cam Newton is revitalized. He looks healthy. He looks like he fits the system that Matt Rule is using. And then when he gets his first full start against the Washington football team, that, I mean, yeah, is coming off of a big win over Tom Brady, but Cam Newton seemed to be making all the right plays with his feet. But it seemed like he was still struggling to throw the football. And I don't know if that's just because he doesn't have the rapport yet with the receivers. He doesn't know the playbook fully. But it just seemed like Cam was a little bit more of what we saw in 2020. Just struggles to push the ball downfield, struggles to make the reads. And I don't know if this is the Cam Newton that we want to or expect to take this team to the playoffs. And I really want to know more about Cam Newton. What kind of Cam Newton are we getting? Is it more of the same, or is it 2015 Cam Newton where he's going to take the league by storm? And it's just really a time will tell. But the Carolina Panthers still have some time to figure it out. They are still number 2 in their division, and depending on how the Buccaneers continue to play, the Panthers are still in it to win the division.
Yeah, I want to take a look at another team that is just kind of reeling right now, and that's the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are an atrocity at this point, especially when you take a look at their run defense and their rushing attack on offense. I mean, they are just getting bludgeoned by teams. Every game that they've lost this year, you take a look at those teams. The Indianapolis Colts, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Tennessee Titans. These teams have run the ball down the Buffalo Bills' throat, and now they cannot stop anything. I mean, Jonathan Taylor had himself a career day, 182 yards rushing, 4 rushing touchdowns, and he had 1 receiving to boot on a nasty receiving touchdown. Let me tell you, it was crazy. The Buffalo Bills are not even leading their division anymore. The New England Patriots, with their rookie quarterback, have taken over. The Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, this team is supposed to be a Super Bowl contender, and right now they are the 7th seed in the AFC. It is not looking pretty for the Buffalo Bills. This team has to get things fixed, and they have to do it right now because they don't have much more time. There's teams nipping at their heels right now to get into the playoffs. And they are sitting at 6-4 saying, we may not get here. We have to play our best football the rest of the way. They have 2 major games coming up against the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm expecting that the Buffalo Bills have to play their best football. Those will tell us a lot about what this team is and where they're planning on going. Right now, the Buffalo Bills, they have to be out of the top 10.
All right, for our top 10, coming in at number 10, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs just had an incredible victory over the Dallas Cowboys, and they showed that their offense can actually move the ball. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is back, and they look like they needed him because this guy looks as good as ever. He's running the ball as good as ever, and we see the coaching staff finally changing their approach a little bit, going more balanced, not passing the ball as much as they have. And guess what? It's leading to more wins. It seems like the coaching adjustments are working. Steve Spagnuolo's got his defense playing at an all-time best. This team is starting to take shape, and they look like a team that can compete against the rest of the NFL. They look like a team that you can take into the playoffs and say, we actually have a shot. So the Kansas City Chiefs are on the right track right now, and they're only getting better.
At number 9, we see the Indianapolis Colts enter the fray, and the Colts coming off of that massive victory I just talked about against the Buffalo Bills. The Indianapolis Colts have shown that they can do it passing the ball, they can do it rushing the ball. They have the defense to stop both facets of the football game, and their special teams with Michael Badgley has not missed a field goal all season long. This guy is automatic. He's as automatic as they come. The Colts are just on top of the world right now after starting 1-4 to start their season. They have won 5 of their last 6. I'm really excited about this team. I think the Indianapolis Colts are one of the strongest, if not the strongest teams in the AFC right now. I think if you're an AFC team, you're looking at the Patriots, you're looking at the Colts. Those are the strongest and most potent teams you'll have to face right now. These guys are getting hot, and we get to see them against the Titans and the Patriots for the rest of the season. I'm excited about that. The Colts come in here at number 9.
Coming in at number 8, we have the Tennessee Titans taking quite a fall here, but I think we all should have expected that the Tennessee Titans were not going to be able to win every single game without Derrick Henry, and now without Julio Jones, it's an even tougher task for Ryan Tannehill to get the job done. A.J. Brown is the sole target, and he is double, triple covered all game long. And we see that the run game is completely inefficient. This is a one-dimensional team right now. They know teams are starting to figure out how to put up points on them, stop this pass rush from getting to the quarterback. And without that, the secondary is completely exposed. If you don't throw a tip ball, Kevin Byard's not going to pick it off, so you don't have to worry about him as much. I think that the Tennessee Titans are in a very bad spot. They're starting to get figured out. They don't have a direction to get over this hump, and I don't know if this is spelling the start of the end for the Tennessee Titans season.
At number 7, we see the Dallas Cowboys come into the picture. Dallas Cowboys coming off of that massive loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, and I know what a lot of you are thinking. How are the Dallas Cowboys ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs when they just lost? Well, I'll tell you. Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, partially Ezekiel Elliott, and half of their defense not playing. I mean, this was an atrocious game. It was ugly from the start. It was not a fun game to watch. The Kansas City Chiefs won by 10 points, but the Dallas Cowboys were still in it late. Dak Prescott was the only beacon of hope that they had on this team. He was throwing to Cedric Wilson and Noah Brown. Those were his receivers coming out of halftime. This team couldn't do anything. All the Chiefs had to do was stack the box and stop Zeke and Tony Pollard and make Dak beat you with wide receiver 4 and 5 on the depth chart. Not looking pretty for this team right now, but a lot of that has to do with injuries that they're going to get back. I'm not too worried about this team. I think if you match them fully healthy against the Kansas City Chiefs fully healthy, they would beat them 9 out of 10 times. I'm excited about the Dallas Cowboys, and I think that's why they need to stay ahead and right here at number 7.
Coming in at number 6, we have the newly acquainted number 1 AFC East team, the New England Patriots. They are on a roll right now. Mac Jones is throwing at an all-time high completion percentage for rookies, and he's one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. This team is firing on all cylinders in all 3 phases of the game, and there is not a weakness that they have shown. It is going to be near impossible for any of the other AFC teams to keep up. It's onward and upward for the Patriots. It's business as usual, and the Patriots are back on top, sitting here at number 6.
Sitting here at number 5, we see the final AFC team sitting here on the power rankings. The Baltimore Ravens have come to play, and the Baltimore Ravens, they're headed by Lamar Jackson. They have a great 1-2 combination with him and this passing attack. I believe that the defense has been able to hold up on their own, and right now they are barely ahead of the New England Patriots. I wish we could see them head to head. Unfortunately, we don't get that until later in the playoffs, if that were to happen. But the Baltimore Ravens, they clearly are leading their division. They have beaten the top tier competition that they've faced, and they look pretty strong right now. We have to see Lamar Jackson get healthy. We need to see this offense for what it is. I like Rashad Bateman a lot. I think he's going to be able to offer a new dynamic to this offense that most other defenses haven't seen or been able to prepare for yet. I really like where this team is heading. That's why they sit here at number 5.
Coming in at number 4, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who, they were on a downward spiral for a few weeks, but now they're ready to right that ship. They're ready to get back to playing hard-nosed football. This team is showing that they are becoming more balanced. Tom Brady, it does not have to throw every single game, and now he's starting to get Gronk back. He's starting to get Antonio Brown back. This team is going to get healthier, and if you look at their schedule, it is mighty easy. So they have a coast to a division victory, and they could even put themselves atop the conference if they keep up the momentum. I like the Buccaneers right now. A lot of people are down. You just got to watch and see, because you never count out Tom Brady.
You never count out Tom Brady, and you never bet against Aaron Rodgers either. At number 3, we see last week's number 1, the Green Bay Packers. The Packers fall a little bit because of that close loss that they had to the Minnesota Vikings. Now, I'm not going to hold it too much against them, because the Minnesota Vikings are a division rival of theirs. They know how to play each other very well. And at the end of the day, you're probably going to split those division series with them. I expected this long ago, and I assume that the Packers will get it right when they face them in Lambeau Field to end the season. I really like the Packers right now. I think that they just need Aaron Jones to get healthy. They need to get Josiah DeGuara really involved in this passing game. He's got to take over that Robert Tonyan role and really help out in the middle of the field. But you've seen Marquez Valdez-Scantling, you've seen Alan Lazard, you've seen Devontae Adams all getting going in the passing game. Let's get A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones back on track. Let's get this tight end position settled. And now Zadarius Smith and Jair Alexander will be coming back any week now. This defense is going to be for real. This Packers team could be the best team in football before you know it.
They could be, but they're not right now. And coming in at number 2, we actually have the number 2 team in the NFC West. The NFC West is absolutely stacked, and the Rams are coming out of a much-needed bye week. After the acquisitions of Von Miller and Odell Beckham Jr., this team was going through some issues trying to figure it out without Robert Woods, and we saw them struggle against the San Francisco 49ers. Coming out of this bye week, they're going to be a completely changed team. Sean McVay and this coaching staff are going to get this team back up and running where they need to be, back at the top of the NFL. And with Matthew Stafford at the helm, you cannot count them out. Matthew Stafford has done so many wonders in Detroit. He's going to take all that knowledge and bring it over to the Rams. We've already started to see it. We're going to see it even more. And this is a more deadly team than we saw in the first half of the season. Mark my words, the Rams are the team to beat right now in the NFC.
The Rams might be the team to beat, but they're still behind the Arizona Cardinals, who lead their division, lead the NFC, and lead the entire NFL as our number 1 on our power rankings entering Week 12. The Arizona Cardinals look for real, and they haven't had DeAndre Hopkins or Kyler Murray in 3.5 weeks. It's been absolutely incredible to watch this team work without 2 of their biggest stars. No JJ Watt, as he's out for the season, and they're still rolling on defense. They started off the game against the Seattle Seahawks with 2 straight sacks on Russell Wilson. It doesn't get much better than that. The Arizona Cardinals are for real. This is a team that cannot be overlooked, especially with the Rams in their division. I believe that the Arizona Cardinals are only going to get stronger, and Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, these guys are going to get going. Good luck trying to stop this offense with a newly found James Conner rushing the ball like we've never seen him run it before. This is what we expected when he was in Pittsburgh last year. Didn't really get that going. Now he's finally doing it in Arizona. I'll be interested to see how that can continue to go, because that'll be a huge dynamic for them moving forward. But right now, they're the number 1 team, and they're still figuring it out.
Yeah, the Arizona Cardinals have had some incredible success without their top 2 weapons. But I still think that their defense is getting progressively worse. And I don't know if they can keep this up. They might get Kyler Murray back. They might get DeAndre Hopkins back. But are either one ever going to be 100% this season? No. So I would say it's, you might call me crazy, it's kind of similar to what we're getting right now with Colt McCoy and this offense. So I don't know if the Cardinals are really any better than they're showing right now. Is this the top? We'll have to see. James Conner is incredible, and they've got some incredible talent. I just want to see them continue to do this as they get healthier. They're going to need everybody they can get going to the playoffs, especially against the very stout NFC teams.
Well, I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments down below what you think of our power rankings. Let us know which teams we have too high and which teams we have too low. Let us know in the comments below. All right, well, that's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.